Hi everybody, as you can see behind me, guys doing a bit of subsoiling, and I wanted to just come out a wee minute before he's finished this field and try and make sense of what he's actually doing. This ground here belongs to obviously the Farmer Gareth here. As part of the farm where we're based at HQ. You can see the main road network there just outside Ballymena. It's actually an island over there that I don't think anyone's ever been able to do anything with because it goes out round the road network. And this field was reseeded 35 years ago. It was all levelled and dozed. They call it the commission field, and it was all a part of that project way back when that main road was put in. So they call this the commission ground. It was all bulldozed and levelled off at the time, sort of reclaimed. And they ploughed it away back then when the dozers and that were finished, and Alwyn has always said to us that it took them about 3 to 4 weeks to lift all the stones in this field. And Gareth, he is pushing on. Farmer Gareth's pushing on and wants to get a better sward of grass. The grass in this field wouldn't be great, and at that age, it's not good enough for milking cows. So Gareth has been reseeding a lot more and more over the years here, and is really starting to see the benefit. And since Gareth's moved away from the robot back into the parlour and had the cows out grazing more, he's really starting to see the benefit of the high sugar grass, which is very important, absolutely vital. And so that's why I just wanted to come out, make a little bit of sense of what we're actually trying to do. We're not just trying to rip a subsoiler through a field, just trying to open it up that little bit without bringing too much up, break it up, sow it out. Lime's coming. Well, depending on the weather, the forecast being a bit dodgy, lime's coming. It needs a lot of lime. This field's been tested. People forget that if your pH is low, locks out so many nutrients, valuable nutrients out of the ground. So we need to get the lime, need to get start at the start of the soil, get the lime built back up, and we're trying this. We're going to see how it goes.
Earth hand buster, which we have hired off local company McCarroll Plant Hire. We would hire a few bits and pieces of McCarroll, anything we sort of need that they have. We would use them, and they've always very good to us. So we knew whenever Farmer Gareth said he was wanting to subsoil it, we said, oh, wouldn't mind trying one of them earth ones, because we worked with Sumo down at Barry Reid's. That was a 5-leg. Now this is a 4-leg. It's a different type of machine, I suppose. Earth is actually locally manufactured in County Down. This is a 4-leg model. They also make a 3-leg. Bit of a different design and how it enters and exits the ground. It's controlled from the roller at the back on a longer arm, and you basically let the link arms down in. Just let your link arms float really, and you control it off control it entering and exiting the ground up with the roller to whatever depth height you want. There's like a little sample gauge on the side of it. You just decide what depth you want it running at, and the roller holds it there. But it's kind of 10 to 12 inches is kind of what's advised. Every leg's hydraulic ram for pressure on the leg individually, so they can spring release, but you can set that simply with a spool valve to whatever pressure you want, whether you want it, if it's stony ground, obviously lighter. If it's tough ground, you know, that's not a lot of stones in it and you want to keep the leg down in, it's just keep the pressure up on the spool valve and just lock it off then whenever you feel you've found the sweet spot. I have this running relatively light because we don't want to bring up a lot of stones, and you know it's going in as far as it can really anyway. But you'll see there, just lift it out up in the hydraulics, and away you go. That's easy to work with now, in fairness to it. Also, each leg is it's a design again to promote not disturbing stones, and below it's the pin to hold the arm on is actually mounted on a rubber bush, and that allows the arm to actually flex, and at the tip, between the tips of the two, you can actually achieve like 16 inches of movement, which is quite phenomenal actually. You know, over the length of the leg, I suppose that little bit of flex and the bush is allowing it to do this, but I suppose with both arms flex, and in theory you can achieve that amount of deflection, which leaves the stones on the ground. You know, you don't want to be raising stones. Like, yeah, it's also they're saying it's designed to be easy pulled as well, and must say that is easy pulled. Like that's there's bits of this feel it's getting in there as far as I can put it, and like big tractor's not even an issue at all to it. You know, like this is, I must say now, the transmission and when you're staying in that one range, the transmission's lovely for doing this work, field work, which I always thought she would be. We're moving along there. I'm sitting at sort of 5k. Not getting at that ground. I think the tractor would pull it at 10k if you want it, but it's, if you go any faster there, it's that type of ground. It's just, I think that's just a nice speed. It's doing a really nice job there, in fairness. Doesn't need to be complicated. The whole machine's not complicated, but it works. I suppose it's designed for you don't need a 200 horsepower tractor that weighs 8 or 9 ton to pull it. Like, so it's nice to get using a local product. It's always good to see another good bit of engineering from home.